everyone. Oh, let me put on my headphones. Here we go. Hey everyone, I am still in the airport, still on a layover, and I moved because I was in an empty, I fly Southwest, and I love flying Southwest, so I actually enjoy layovers, I enjoy airports, I enjoy all those kinds of things, so flying Southwest just makes sense for me. Now, I was in one of those gates. If you've ever flown Southwest, they'll have an area where they're like, this gate is empty. So I was in one of those empty gates and it got full really quick. It still said empty, but everyone must have had the same idea. So I came over here where it was a little quieter and a little less people in this gate to finish part 2 of the weekly update. Okay. I always want to start off with, what am I doing and what will I be doing? So once again, I want to invite you all. This month we're having a $10 off Arbonne 7-day fresh start, which I'm drinking right now. This is not Pepsi. This is the green tea matcha. It's hard to see that. Okay. The green tea matcha with a whole, cup of water. And I talked about it earlier on the previous, but in the 7-day fresh start, what you receive 7 days of the green tea matcha. You receive 7 days of probiotics, and you receive a special, I think it's called golden something. You receive a special shake that is to help you while you're doing intermittent fasting. So the 7-day fresh start uses the things that we know and love about intermittent fasting. So like I said, I'm going to do that for not for spring break, but for the first day of spring and for those 7 days after. So if you want to join me, it starts the 20th of March. I would love for you to join me. I'd love for us to do this together. So let me know if you want some information about the 7-day fresh start. I'll give you the information. We can do this together. So like I said, it's going to start in spring. So if you're just joining me, I'm in the airport in Milwaukee. I am doing the weekly update, and I already did part 1. So part 1 of the update, I talked about the numbers that were happening each day of the week. And so this one, I'm going to talk more on the astros that are happening. So for the numbers, I already said we have a lot of 369 creation triad numbers during this week. The big days are today, Sunday, the 9th. Also Wednesday, which is the 12th, which 1 plus 2 equals 3. And then Saturday, which is the 15th, 1 plus 5 equals 6. And so we have 399, because 9 is 2025 is a 9, 399, 339, and then we have 369. Those are the numbers for the week, the big ones anyway, all about creation. So in the astros, I've said before that I love to look at everything as archetypes. And so for the astros, the archetypes that are also coming up this week are Pallas Athene in Aquarius. Okay, so Pallas Athene, she's a goddess, but she's all about using creative intelligence to do the things that she needs to do. Pallas Athene in Aquarius is led by Uranus, all about technology, all about bringing the future faster, all those kinds of things. So to put that in one sentence, or to put that, in one thing, it'd be the futuristic perspective. There's the perspective of seeing what the future could look like. And I don't mean in a psychic sense. I mean, what is the best thing that could happen for my family? Or what's the best thing that could happen for my career? Or what's the best thing that could happen for my business? It's that kind of thing. So you see the future and you're creating, so it's still creative. You're creating through art, politics, or technology. Here's some names that have Pallas Athena in Aquarius, like they're born with it. Martin Luther King Jr., President Abraham Lincoln, and Earl Warren. I'll be honest, I don't know who Earl Warren is. I'm just being honest, it's in the book. But I just wanted to share that. Okay, so that's important because this week there are relationships between Mercury, which is communication, Venus, which is your love. Okay, there are those kinds of relationships are happening this week ahead of Mercury communication stationing retrograde, which is a real phenomenon. It is when a planet appears to go backwards. If you look up at the sky, it appears to go backwards. That's what retrograde is. It's going to do it in Aries, which is very direct energy, very fast energy. Let's get this done now. Let's think about it now. All that kind of stuff. At 9 degrees. I talked about 9 in the last one, but once again, it's in the creation triad. 9 is all about culminations, completions. The highest elevation of that would be brotherly love, the humanitarian. Those are all 9s. Okay, so let's talk about it. So we have Mercury sextile, which is a cooperative with Pallas Athene. That happens today, and it's at 7 degrees. they're talking about the numbers. So 7 is all about using the mind, using the intellect, getting it from wherever you're getting it from. Let's say you're getting it from a book, and then you're able to make it practical and bring it down to earth. So Mercury and Pallas Athene is all about mental plus the intellect. Like I said, it's a 7, so bring it down. So here's some words that can help you with that. Creative, intellectual power and skill with words and media. So this is a good week, good day to work with words and media. It's a good day for mediation, negotiation, affirmation, positive thinking, and you can align your rational and creative mind. So think about that. Align your rational, creative mind. You already have the numbers that are helping you. Like I said, you also have some astros that are helping you in the realm of creativity. And this is the kind of creativity where you're thinking about, how am I creating the world that I want to see? And we do get help with that. But how am I creating the world that I want to see for me, for my family, for my future, all that kind of good stuff. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and give you an affirmation, since this one mentions affirmation. A affirmation for creativity is, and it's more of how I'm using this creativity, no matter what it is. I serve others. Service is a form of creativity. I serve others with love and wisdom. Using your wisdom, using the things that you've learned in a great way, is also a form of creativity. I stay true to my heart, leading with love and for the highest good of all. A lot of that brings in that 9, that selflessness, that humanitarian. Okay, so let's talk about Tuesday. So Tuesday we have Mercury conjunct or linked to Venus. And Venus is in retrograde. I'm not going to go deep into that. And it's at 8 degrees. 8 is all about leadership. It's all about manifestation. It's all about all that kind of good stuff. And I think I've said before on these, I don't do deacons. I'm a numerologist, so I look through the lens of numerology. So with Mercury and Venus in ascendant, it'd be words flow smoothly. And here's some questions for you to ponder this week. Is there someone you love that you haven't told that you love? You need to tell them this week. This week, especially tomorrow, tell that person that you love them. Your appreciation, another form of creativity, your appreciation of beauty is stimulated this week. That's that Venus, that's that Mercury working together. That love, that communication, it works together. And then this is another time where emotions and intellect come together. Like I said, this is a big creative week. So I'm hoping that you all are able to catch that in between the 2 videos. And then on Wednesday, we have we have Venus. We have Venus sextiling Pallas Athene. So now that's love and creative intellect. So we've already had communication and creative intellect. We've already had love and communication. Now we have love and creative intellect. And all of that's happening in the first half of the week. So I'm hoping that you're grabbing all of that. Also, just to, put 2 and 2 together, today is that 399. Today is when Mercury and Pallas Athene come together. Like I said, lots of creativity. Wednesday is 339, which is, 2 of those numbers in that creation triad. And they create the other number, which 1, 5 equals 6. That's happening on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we're going to have we're going to have Venus and Pallas Athene together. So let's talk about it. It's mental plus the feminine, which is Venus, a receptive principle of love, sexuality, creativity. It's aesthetic beauty, if you want it to be aesthetic beauty. Think today, so on Wednesday, or it could be a day before, a day after. Think today how you would make things beautiful in your life. And this one definitely goes with how do you want to bring about the future that you want to see? Channel sexual creative energy into artistic expression. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be a paintbrush, but it could be a paintbrush. It doesn't have to be writing, but it could be writing. It doesn't have to be communication, but it could be communication. However it is that you are able to express your most creative self, that's what you're doing that day. This could look like, it could be androgynous, like this is not a male-female thing. It could be androgynous, but this is also, though, as far as Venus and Pallas Athene coming together, those are 2 very feminine energies. Another way that you could see this is the protector of women's rights and an advocate for women's rights. You could see that as well, because there is a political context when it comes to Pallas Athene. So I already said it, but create the world that you want to see. All right, we have all of those 3. They lead up to Mercury retrograde. And Mercury is that communication. Retrograde means review, rethink, rewrite, go look at it again, right? So everything that I just said, now go back and look at it again. So are you creating the world that you want to see? If you're not, why aren't you? Because you're going to get a chance to do that throughout the entire retrograde. Or you get a chance to create the seeds of that thing you want to see come together. Creation doesn't have to manifest today. It could just be that idea that you have that idea, but it's going to come out in the future. And then you have, like I said, you're going to have the Mercury and the Venus. That's going to come back around. A retrograde, it goes backwards, so it's going to come back there again. And once again, have you told that person you love them? If not, why not? Are you afraid to tell them? Do you need to write your words down? Is that person no longer here? If they're no longer here, then I would tell you that a good way to express your feelings and love for someone that's no longer here is to write a letter. And then it's going to come around again to that beginning of the week, that Mercury and the Pallas Athene. So that the rational mind plus creativity, right? And so that's those are the things that I would give you for Mercury retrograde. I don't look at it the way the rest of the world does, but renew, review, relook. Those are all the things. And here we're talking about creating the world that you want to see. Look at it again. Once Mercury goes direct, you'll get a chance to look at all of it again. You'll even get a review of, okay, these are all the things I said I was going to do, or I said I love that person and I just wrote it down, but I didn't tell them. And once it goes direct, then you'll be like, okay, I'm ready to tell them, that kind of thing. That's an example of using all of it. So I'm going to get off of the creative. This is a very creative Mercury retrograde. I'm going to get off of that. And let's talk about this lunar eclipse that's also this week. So this lunar eclipse has 5 other sky hits that are happening at the same time. So the lunar eclipse, I'm just going to go with each day. So starting Wednesday, we're going to have the sun conjunct. Sun is ego, character. It's yourself shining out. Conjunct is linked to Saturn. Saturn is limits and discipline. And so, so Wednesday is a day for responsibility, discipline, duty. If you're supposed to do it, you need to do it on Wednesday. Okay. I think Wednesday has come through a lot. Like, get it done. It's a creative day. It's health, it's education, it's home, it's coworkers. And here you're being asked, what have you taken responsibility for that you need to do? Do it, right? It's a good day for reflection. New responsibilities, organize, that's Saturn. So organize, plan, concentrate. Don't get stuck in self-doubt. Get beyond self-doubt. Don't get stuck in inadequacy. You need to believe that you have been given all the resources. They are God's innate gift to you. You've been given all the resources you need to go forward and do the things that you need to do. Wednesday is a good day for you to remember that about yourself, okay? Now, the lunar eclipse day, actually, no, there's still one before that. There's a few here that I have written all together. So leaving Sun and Saturn, we actually have the Moon and Saturn. So that is emotional awareness. And opposition is emotional awareness, balancing discipline and structure. I see all of the things as sentences. And so the reality and awareness, that's a good day for, hey, this is what's actually happening. This is Thursday. This is a good thing. These are things that are actually happening. Thursday is also a 7 from the earlier one. Thursday's a 7. So a good day for meditation, a good day for quiet, a good day to be in nature. So on that day, there's a reality check that day. So yeah, reality, awareness of limitations, awareness of your own or awareness of the world, whatever those things are. And then practical, serious approach, steady. It's a good day for steady, persistent progress. So if you're trying to work towards something, and you may have to give yourself small wins and say, these are the things that I've done great toward this thing that I want, and just make steady, persistent progress toward those things that you want, little by little, okay? So that's Thursday. Friday is the big day, but these are leading up to it. So Friday, we're going to have 2. We're going to have the Moon and Uranus. So emotions and revolutionary change is actually kind of exciting. And then we have the Sun and Uranus. That's ego and revolutionary change. So let's talk about it. So for the Moon, which is your emotional self, and revolutionary change, the advice, focus on innovation. and change, which this week is a big week for that. Focus on innovation and change. Make the changes you need, make them in harmony with yourself. Don't listen to anyone else, listen to yourself. You might feel restless. That's also a thing for Uranus. You might feel like you want to do something new, even if it's something small. You might want to go someplace different, and then be open to surprises. In fact, if you don't like surprises, I'm going to tell you that toward the end of the week, you need to be aware and also in allowance of surprise. Just allow it to happen. All right, continuing with Friday, we have the Sun and we have Uranus, right? So then on that day, it's a good day to be you. That's really, the Sun and Uranus means ego and revolutionary thought, or ego and an original thought. Be yourself that day, whoever you are, right? Don't be anyone else. Be the individual, be different, dance to your own music, that kind of thing. Expect the unexpected that day, which I kind of said that earlier, but expect the unexpected. Allow, right? Allow. If there's going to be some flexibility, just allow. A change of scene might be needed, which kind of goes with the other one as well. So if you need to change your scenery, change your scenery. If you need something new, go ahead and make something new. It's not destructive, so it's going to be something that's going to be helpful. And you could be inquisitive, and your imagination is just open to creative thoughts. I've already said multiple times that what I'm seeing here is a lot of creativity for this week. And so just be open to, hey, what does that creativity look like? And then the last one is the one, which is what an eclipse is and what even a full moon is. It is just the moon in the opposite sign from the sun. The moon is emotions and your inner self. The sun is ego and character. So it is it's almost like you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, okay, what am I reflecting? What am I looking at? It's pretty much a reflection. And so here's some things. One, I've already said it, start new things. So this one I'm getting a lot of, start new things. Eclipse is normally the end of something, beginning of something else. So start new things, shine your light, right? Don't bury your light under a bushel. Here's some questions you can ask yourself. How can you be vital, purposeful, and how can you have the impact that you're meant and purpose to have in the world? That is a good question to ask yourself on Friday. This one it's happening in the 6th house. So imagine there's 12 different houses, and each house has a different, like a mission. Each house has a different mission. The 6th house is the mission of work, health, co-workers. And so you're thinking about, how are you shining your light in the area of work? How are you shining your light in the area of your co-workers? Are you leading them in a good way? Are you working together? We talk about leadership a lot. Some of this goes into followership. Are you a good follower? I'm not going to laugh too hard, but are you a good follower? And then are you shining in a way? It's also, the 6th house is also nutrition and health. So I've already invited y'all to join me for the 7-day fresh start. This is not Pepsi. This is green tea matcha, but you are invited to the 7-day fresh start. I don't know where my straw is, so I'm drinking out of it this way. Okay, so that's one. So other things I already said, big keywords for this week are creativity. In both videos, you're going to see that. Creativity, communication, futuristic perspective. What is the road that you want to see? What are you doing to bring it about? Aesthetics, beauty, love, and then it's spring. Well, not this week, but we're getting closer to spring. So what are you doing to see spring come to life, right? And so once again, I kind of put the affirmation in the front. I'm going to also put it in the back because I want to end with the affirmation. I serve others, which is a lot of that 6th house, the moon. I serve others. Okay, so let me say something really quick. When you're looking at oppositions between the sun and the moon, that means that if something's in the 6th house, something's in the 12th house. The 12th house is karma and secrets and things like that. Either way, all the houses are opposites of each other. So in looking at yourself and having reflection of yourself, you may not feel like telling anyone what those reflections are. That's okay. Have a journal. Write your stuff down. Keep your own company if you need to. I'll just say that as well. So if you're like, hey, I'm doing this review and these are all the things I want to see. This is all the things I want to paint with my picture of creativity. You can do that. You don't have to share with anyone yet, right? And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and share those things. So once again, affirmation for this week is, I serve others with love and wisdom. I stay true to my heart, leading always with love, and for the highest good of all. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope you join me for the 7-day fresh start. Let's get healthy this spring and yeah, let me know if you have any questions about Arbonne or about numerology or even about astrology. Let me know what y'all want to know, and I got you. Talk to you later. Bye.